Hello and welcome to Buzz This Week. My name is Tanay Tiwari. Now, am I the only one who opened 2020 expecting it to be absolutely normal? And then 2020 turned out to be like this. Whoa, that's literally a cat out of a bag! On the show this week, cricket's resumption. Save the date. Does cricket have a race problem? And Masrafe Mortaza wants his dues. Ever since lockdowns world over kicked in, every cricket fan has been like Yuzvendra Chahal. Yes, waiting for that next live. Just that Chahal gets to dive into every and any Instagram live session that he wants to, while cricket fans wait patiently for some live cricket to resume. But cricket fans wait no more. Live cricket is here. Well, almost. Starting 8th of July, West Indies are all set to play 3 test matches in England. Yes! That is the good news part. Now to the other one. Yes, there's always the other side in this COVID-19 world. To begin with, not all West Indies players will travel to England. A lot of these big names have held their names back and voluntarily decided to not travel to England for this series. Michael Holding said that while he understands the players' situation, he is disappointed. While Cricket West Indies said that they will not hold these decisions against these players while considering them for future selections. West Indies will travel almost a month in advance to England, stay in a 14-day mandatory quarantine, and then start training. What happens in a case where a player contracts coronavirus? Well, there's still no substitute for that. Right now, Test cricket allows only a like-for-like substitute in case of a concussion injury. Will they extend that to coronavirus as well? Well, the ICC is still mulling over that decision. But cricket fans, do not be sad. Your optimism is keeping the game alive. I'll give you an example. The England vs West Indies test to be played at the Oval was almost sold out. But now, no fans are allowed in the stadium. So, they had an option to seek a refund. But what did 85% of the spectators do? They did not ask for a refund. In fact, they said they want to roll it over to the next test at the Oval, which will be India versus England. अब ये है fans का optimism, है जी? This is what keeps the game alive. While coronavirus has ensured that there's distance between people, the Black Lives Matter movement has ensured that the entire world stands together as one race to fight against a man-made pandemic. The pandemic of racism. And you just cannot look away because it is all around you. And just how close? Well, look at this Darren Sammy Instagram story. Darren Sammy on his Instagram story sounded really irked when he learned that the slang that he was being addressed with at SRH alongside Thisara Pereira was in fact a racial slur. And he's not the only one. Chris Gayle has come out and said that he has faced racism in cricket. There are football clubs out there supporting the cause of the Black Lives Matter movement. ICC put out a beautiful video to show how cricket is nothing without diversity. The icon of the game, Sachin Tendulkar, also lent his voice to this movement. And now, with voices rising from all corners of the world, we can only hope that there is a tomorrow that is not only free of any kind of differences, but also just and fair to everyone. From one captain's agony to another captain's dismay. Well, the hint here is this captain is also being forced to retire. Yes, one of Bangladesh's most iconic players, Masrafe Mortaza, opened up in an exclusive interview to Cricbuzz, and he said that he felt this unusual pressure from all sides to force him to retire, and he was disappointed because he had given his everything to cricket in Bangladesh. And we can only understand how disheartening would that be. But hang on, where else have I heard the story before? Oh, okay. The Buzz Challenge last week required you to pick a wicket keeper's only T20 batting order. And while this was a tough task, wow, you guys were at it. We received so many responses and some of these batting orders were out and out lit. But here are some of our picks. Tanish Chugh on Twitter said that his batting order has destruction from 1 to 6. And Tanish, you are right. While Vikas Pandey on Twitter again picked up Dinesh Karthik in his batting order and said that DK's experience will lead the young, dashing lefties top order. And Guddu Pati again on Twitter picked Bairstow as an opening partner with KL Rahul. KL Rahul and Johnny Bairstow to open. Wow, what an opening pair would that be in T20s. Thank you so much for pouring in with all your responses. I'm sure these are some of the most sumptuous batting orders in the shortest format. But what's the challenge this week? If it was T20 cricket last week, it has to be Test cricket this week. Your challenge is to pick 2 batsmen from anywhere in the world to bat out a day 5. Yes, that easy. I'll give you my picks. My pick would be Rahul Dravid and wait for it, A.B. de Villiers. You've seen his 360 mode, but he's got a gritty Test batsman right in there. Remember Firozshah Kotla versus India? He can do it like no one else can. What are your picks? You can tell us using hashtag BuzzThisWeek on Twitter. Tell it to us on Instagram, YouTube, just anywhere. But do send in your responses. That's all on this episode of Buzz This Week. Until next week, if you're concerned with your own PUBG habits, don't worry. I mean, मेरी भी उतनी खराब है. But guess what? Apparently, MS Dhoni is so addicted to PUBG that he's sleep talking about PUBG. Man, imagine bumping into MS Dhoni marching his team in Pochinki. How many health kits would that require? Hang on. Was it MS Dhoni yesterday?